After the final out, all eyes weren't just on the scoreboard, they were on the energy, the mindset, and the message being sent loud and clear. One of the team's most respected leaders just made a powerful statement, not with words alone, but with the way he carried himself at one of the sport's most iconic spring settings. Confidence is building, chemistry is clicking, and this performance might be a preview of something much bigger on the horizon. What did he see? What did he feel? And how could this moment ignite a surge the team desperately needs? Stay locked in, because this post-game scene wasn't just another interview, it might be the spark that changes everything. If you're a Dodgers fan, tonight's post-game reaction is going to leave you smiling. Because not only did the team look sharp, but Freddie Freeman had a little something extra in his step and his bat while playing at George M. Steinbrenner Field. The energy? Electric. The vibe? Confident. And Freeman? Absolutely locked in. So let's dive in and unpack everything that just happened, because there's more going on than just a solid performance on the field. This one had chemistry, swagger, and a clear message that the Dodgers aren't just here to compete, they're here to dominate. Right from the first pitch, it felt like Freddie was in his element. You could see it in his eyes during warm-ups, the laser focus, the slight grin, the nod to his teammates. There's something about playing in iconic stadiums that just brings the best out of veterans like Freeman. George M. Steinbrenner Field may be spring training territory, but tonight it had the intensity of October baseball. And Freeman? He was loving every second of it. He stepped up to the plate with the kind of presence that makes opposing pitchers nervous. You could feel it in the crowd, that buzz when a real pro is about to do damage. And sure enough, Freddie didn't waste time. Lined a double right into the gap in left center, crisp and clean, just textbook Freeman. And that swing, man, that swing looked smooth, like mid-season form already. That kind of timing this early? It's scary for the rest of the league. But it wasn't just about the bat tonight. Freddie was leading by example, keeping the dugout loose, keeping his guys focused, and just radiating positivity. There were moments between innings where you could catch him laughing with teammates, giving tips to younger guys, pointing things out to coaches. It's the kind of leadership that doesn't always show up in box scores, but it wins games, and more importantly, it builds championship teams. After the game, reporters caught up with Freeman, and you could just hear the calm confidence in his voice. He said he felt great. He said the energy was good. And when asked about playing at Steinbrenner Field, he said, "It's always a little special to come here. You feel the history, the tradition. But at the end of the day, it's about doing what we do best. And right now, I feel like we're in a really good spot." That quote says a lot. This isn't just about a good night in the box score, it's about where the team is mentally, physically, and emotionally. Freddie Freeman knows what it takes to win it all, and right now, he's telling us the Dodgers are locked in. And when your veteran leaders are confident and feeling sharp, it sets the tone for the whole clubhouse. Let's not forget how consistent Freeman has been since arriving in Los Angeles. There were questions when he left Atlanta, sure, but he's answered every single one of them. The numbers have been elite, the defense has been solid, and the leadership? Unquestionable. And it feels like this year, he's playing with even more edge, more hunger. You can tell he wants another ring. He's not here to coast. He's here to win. Another thing that stood out in tonight's game was how well Freeman seemed to connect with the rest of the lineup. There's always this unspoken rhythm between hitters. When one guy is seeing the ball well, it becomes contagious. Freeman was dialed in, and suddenly you saw other guys stepping up their approaches too. The Dodgers had good at-bats all around, but you could feel that Freddie was setting the tone. Defensively, Freeman also looked sharp. A couple of solid scoops at first base, smooth footwork, calm under pressure. It's the kind of reliable play that holds everything together in tight games. And tonight wasn't flashy, it was just solid, professional baseball. The kind you want to see from a team that has its eyes on October, even when it's still summer. And let's talk about the ballpark itself for a moment. George M. Steinbrenner Field has that unique aura. It's not just another stadium. It's a place steeped in baseball tradition, where legends have passed through and where intensity is baked into the atmosphere. And for a guy like Freddie Freeman, who respects the game's history, playing here adds something extra. You could tell it elevated his game tonight, not just physically, but mentally. Freddie's comfort at the plate tonight wasn't an accident. It's the result of preparation, timing, and that special gear that great players have when the lights come on. And while this might not have been a playoff game, you couldn't help but get that playoff feeling when you watched the way he carried himself. Calm. Focused. Dangerous. The opposing dugout knew it. Two pitchers were clearly trying to work around him, trying not to give him anything to crush. But when Freeman's locked in like this, even a good pitch can turn into a double in the gap. What this performance really highlights is just how deep and dangerous this Dodgers lineup can be when the core veterans are firing. With Freddie setting the tone, it takes pressure off everyone else. He doesn't need to hit a home run every night to change a game. He just needs to be Freddie, disciplined, smooth, smart, and consistent. And tonight, that was on full display. You also got the sense that Freeman was soaking in the moment. He was in a groove, but he was also having fun. That smile when he reached second base? That little tip of the helmet to the crowd? That's a guy who's feeling good about where he's at. And when players like that are smiling, fans should be too, because it usually means good things are coming. This Dodgers team has had its share of ups and downs already this season. Injuries, tough losses, moments of doubt. But a performance like tonight, led by a confident, locked-in Freddie Freeman, reminds everyone that the championship window is wide open. That when things click, this team can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime. It's a statement, and Freeman was the one making it tonight with every swing, every play, every word. There's also this underlying sense that Freeman is stepping into an even bigger leadership role as the season goes on. With key guys in and out of the lineup, and with the playoffs slowly creeping into view, someone has to steer the ship. And if tonight was any indication, Freddie is more than ready to be that guy. Not just a great player, but the heart of the team. The anchor. The voice in the dugout that says, "We've got this." The energy around the team right now is changing, and a lot of that starts with how your best players show up. Tonight, Freddie Freeman showed up big. And while the stat sheet will show a couple of hits, what it won't show is the impact he had on momentum, on energy, on confidence. That's what leaders do. They shift the game just by being who they are. And that's exactly what Freddie did tonight. As we look ahead, there's reason to feel optimistic. If Freeman is feeling good and swinging well in August, just imagine what he's going to look like down the stretch. This is a guy who heats up when the games matter most. This is a guy who's already delivered on the biggest stages. And if tonight was any indication, he's ready to do it again. So Dodgers fans, take a breath and enjoy this one. Your team didn't just win, they looked confident, composed, and connected. And Freddie Freeman? He was the heartbeat of it all. If you were wondering whether this team still has that fire, tonight should answer that. Because when Freeman's smiling at second base in Steinbrenner Field, you better believe the Dodgers are cooking something special. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and don't forget to subscribe for more Dodgers news, highlights, and analysis all season long. We've got more game reactions, trade rumors, and behind-the-scenes updates coming your way, so stay locked in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Go Dodgers!